Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's video is part 3 of my 10-part series, an introduction for beginners who are getting into Bitcoin, getting into crypto, understanding what these technologies are, understanding why the prices are going up, and how you can buy your first Bitcoin. So check the link below if you are watching on YouTube for the playlist to watch all 10 parts to get you through the series. But today we are talking about supply and demand. And this is a question I get a lot. It's even from people who have already made their initial investment, have bought their first Bitcoin or even their altcoins. They ask why the price goes up, and they don't understand basic supply and demand, which is totally fine. And I think it's a generational thing. And for a lot of people my age, a lot of millennials, this is their first time getting into anything like that involves supply and demand and understanding this concept. So the basic explanation for supply and demand is the amount of goods and services that are available for people to buy compared to the amount of goods and services that people want to buy. If less of a product than the public wants is produced, the law of supply and demand says that more can be charged for the product. Now, a perfect example of this in the real world is like before Valentine's Day, the price of chocolate going up, or say after Christmas, there's 75% off or 80% off sales at stores for Christmas decorations because the stores have a larger supply. Therefore, they want to get rid of the products and the price goes way, way down because there's less buyers. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency supply and demand, when you buy cryptocurrency, you are essentially buying with the hopes, or better yet, hopefully, the conviction that it will be worth more at a later date, at which point you will sell it or sell part of it and then have successfully completed your trade and made profit. You see the value in this thing, whatever you're investing in. You see that the demand for it is going to continue to go up. However, it has a limited supply, therefore, the price goes up as well. People will be willing to pay more money for it at a later date when less people are selling, and then you make your profits. That's basically how it works. The important part there is the limited supply. Now, unlike most fiat currencies like the US dollar, the Federal Reserve can just keep printing money with nothing backing it. But with cryptocurrency, there is limited supplies. There's total supplies that are listed in each individual cryptocurrency's white paper, most of them at least. And for Bitcoin, Bitcoin will have 21 million total Bitcoin that will be mined in its history. And no more can be ever created. At this point, there's 16.8 million that have been mined. So a great portion of them have been mined. That means that as the demand continues for Bitcoin into the future, there is still a fixed supply, and that supply will always be fixed. So the price can continue to go up and up and up, and that is why you see the price going up. Now, it's really important to note that not all cryptocurrencies have the same total supply. This is a point that a lot of people get confused about, especially when they're saying that they want to buy an altcoin that's worth 10 cents or a fraction of a penny because they think that it will eventually reach the same price as Bitcoin and see that incredible gain that Bitcoin has created for itself. But that's kind of a flawed argument, and you need to really look at the total supply of these coins that you are investing in because not all of them are created equal. Litecoin, for an example, has 84 million total supply, and Ripple has a 100 trillion total supply. That's a big difference and something you really need to take into consideration before investing, to just make sure that just because something is considered cheap, that doesn't really mean it's cheap. It could be actually more expensive than some of these other coins that are the price is higher. So we'll get into that in later videos and how you can research that and make sure that you have all the correct information before you're just throwing money into something that you think is going to moon as much as Bitcoin or some of these other big players have already. Now, it's really important to note that for a lot of these projects or companies that are creating coins, there is no actual product. And as such, the cryptosphere is widely built on speculation. There's promises of a future product or app or thing. And by buying the coins, investors are trusting that they keep up with their promises and develop something that could potentially change an industry or solve a problem or even save the world. However, when something is solely built on speculation, there's no foundation there to save it when it comes crumbling down. And I do believe that many of these coins will come crashing down to zero because it's basically speculation. People are investing their money on these future promises. There's great teams out there. There's great roadmaps. There's great visions. But these teams, these coins, these companies need to start shipping. They need to keep up with their roadmaps, and they need to develop these products that they are promising. And I think most of them will reach this result. Probably 90% of these projects will go down to zero, but within them, there'll be some huge winners. And that's just the game that you're going to be playing. And as such, it's very easy to forget supply and demand, especially when you start putting your money into these projects. It's right now, it can seem very easy. Maybe you already had an understanding of supply and demand. You already know to buy low and sell high, but these emotions, these things go out the window when emotions do get involved. And so you really want to prepare yourself for that. Even though these things are basic, emotions are not, and you want to be as well prepared as you possibly can to weather those storms. So that's really it for this video. Some extra credit for you. I'll have linked below there's an Ari Paul video that you can check out where he dives really deep into the supply and demand aspect and some of the reasons why the price continues to go up. And also a video that I made about the infinite decisions that you are going to experience once you get into crypto and how to best navigate that and handle that. But that's it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the rabbit hole and how you are going to be sucked into the rabbit hole and how that's okay and just what to expect with that. Again, hit subscribe below if you are not subscribed already. But other than that, we'll see you next time for the next video. Bye.